I think it's part of the genius of God that He would use the weak things of the world. Who would have thought? I think one of the important things in that phrase is the prepositional phrase, of the world. The weak things of the world. The weak things as the world views what is weak. The strong things as the world views what is strong. The world looks at things like wealth and public projection and speech and boasting, particularly in the Corinthian correspondence. We know in the first century the world looked at these things as what it meant to be a strong human being, and the world took great pride in these things. You want to associate with strong things. You want to say, that's me. You want to say, I'm proud of what I am because I have money, because I project myself well, because I boast. Part of the genius of God using the weak things is not just that remarkable that He can do work through weak things, but in using the weak things, He turns the strong things on their head, and he empties them of their significance. He takes away all human boasting, because when we are weak, as the world views weakness, we're not boasting in ourselves. There is a beautiful humility in us, and I think what Paul means when he says God uses the weak things of the world, He looks for those who are humble, whose dependence is entirely upon God. They're not boasting in themselves. There's not a hint of pride, and there He finds a vessel into which He can pour His illimitable power. As Paul says, I've got this treasure called the gospel in an earthen vessel, a cheap clay pot. That's what I am. I'm a weak and a cheap clay pot. And then he says this wonderful thing, in order that the surpassing greatness of power might be of God and not of men. I think this world is waiting for more Christians to see their own weakness, to become humble, to become fit vessels for an infusion of God's power. When we see humility restored in the Christian church, we'll have a demonstration of spirit and power, which is what we need. And my prayer is that God would make me humble. And you know, He does it. He uses suffering, doesn't He? To pull out the props from under us, to take away our pride, and to restore us to where we can be people that He'll use powerfully, because it's His power. It's not ours.